Interest and dividends are arithmetically impossible. Version 2, the 29th of July, 2024. In another video, Why a Government Can Never Run Out of Money, it has been explained that, when a financial institution creates the money for a loan, only the capital amount of that loan is ever created for the borrower. It was also pointed out that, while the borrower was expected to pay back this capital amount, they were also expected to pay an extra amount, known as interest. Looking at it from the point of view of the loan creator, the interest, being paid back, creates a dividend, a return on investment. Since only the capital amount has ever been created for every loan that has ever been created, the accumulation of which does seriously contribute to the overall money supply, where does the extra interest dividend amounts come from? The answer is repossessions, which the same as robbing Peter to pay Paul, as well as the constant creation of new loans, which add money to the overall supply, but, of course, create requirements for even more interest, and, mainly, the injections of debt-free money, via grants and benefits. Grants and benefits. Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Grants and benefits. How many banks and financial institutions do you know of who create grants and benefits? Answer, none. I mean, have you ever asked a bank manager to actually give you some money? How hard did they laugh in your face? But grants are created, are they not? And so are what are called benefits, such as unemployment benefit for those who are out of work, and old age pensions, etc. Some nations call it Social Security. Grants and benefits are money that is created and given to the recipient, who is not a borrower, because there is no requirement to pay it back and it does not generate any interest payments. So who is it that creates grants and benefits? Well, the government. Of course, they say it comes out of taxes, but that is complete and utter rubbish. In that video mentioned previously, there is a quotation from the Bank of England that states, "Banks create money by writing checks on themselves." Well, if banks and financial institutions can do that, and if a government can authorize them to do that, then a government must be able to do the same thing itself. A government can create money by writing a check on itself. And they do. That's exactly what they do. Everyone wants to make a profit. Banks and financial institutions do that by charging interest on their loans. Governments make the profit by charging and collecting taxes. Which is all very well, but if you subtract grants and benefits from the overall equation, such that you just have interest dividends remaining in the equation, then you have an equation that is arithmetically impossible. It is arithmetically impossible because it demands sums of money as interest dividends with absolutely no method of creation. And that is the mechanism that is expected to take us forward into the future. A mechanism that cannot possibly sustain itself. And the worst of it is 99.99% of the population of the planet remain totally oblivious. Hang on a second, are we missing something quite important? If we remove debt-free grants and benefits from the equation, we are left with a system of loans such as mortgages with no means of repayment in full. Because there is no way to find the interest, except by robbing Peter to pay Paul. So things would be very difficult for mortgage payers without those who claim grants and benefit. In fact, the more claimants, the better. In fact, the more benefit scroungers there are, the better it is for mortgage payers. Have you ever thought of that? Has anyone ever suggested that to you, before now?